people. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. We also welcome in our regular weekly co-host, James, from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel.
Hey.
Hi, James. Welcome in. I appreciate you for being here. You guys, James's channel is hashtagged. The link is in the description of the video. There are multiple playlists, including a Watch Your Mouth Reviews collabs playlist. Give his channel a peek. We do a lot of content together. Honestly, it seems like the shows that I love and don't want to recap, he got, and vice versa, which is pretty cool. And we are adding the Valley on a trial. It's a trial run.
Yes.
I'd like to. It's extremely trial based, but we will be adding some shows. I know the Valley is coming on a trial basis, as well as Housewives of Miami. And there's some other show that I can't think of. But be sure to tap into his channel, my channel, all of that. We hope that you guys do subscribe. But we're here to go over the Hood Rats of Miami, aka Love and Hip Hop Miami. Really, when I say Hood Rat, I'm talking about Gael, Shay,
keep going.
Flo.
Yeah.
Ahmad. Well, hell, maybe it is the cast.
The whole damn cast. Yep.
This episode was titled "Want That Old Thing Back." I thought it would say "old thing," but it said "thing." Season 6, episode 17. So let's just jump right into it because I know everybody has dinner, errands, children. If you got them, let's jump right on into it. So the first thing we see is Shay, aka Bucky from Flavor of Love 2, going to see her mama. I believe her mom's name is Sandra. I can never remember that lady's name.
You got it.
Basically, we get an update. Again, I feel like we've already received this update from her. Episodes ago, we saw that Shay was no longer with Fabo. I guess now she's confirming she's really not with him. She has once again, in the words of Shay, sent his black you-know-what back to Milwaukee. It don't faze me no more. How many times you gonna send them back? And in my opinion, this is why I say people who don't have kids shouldn't date people with kids, especially those who got kids and ain't married. And here's why. They will baby daddy, husband, father of the kids, take them back, break up with them, take them back, say they took them back because of the kid, break up with them, all this crazy stuff. You can't make nobody be a parent. You just cannot. But Shay claims that since being in Milwaukee, Fabo has not been there as much for Shajaya, whatever the little girl name is. I don't know who's surprised that he's not around the baby. I am not. Because if he actually cared about his daughter, he would have the decency to break up with you instead of cheating on you, or he would do right by you. He's done none of those things. So I don't understand why she's surprised, but it was a weird scene. Her mom, for some reason, apologizes to her for that song that she did with MJ and the little divorce party or breakup party they tried to throw. I don't know why you have to apologize for supporting your loved ones. I just don't. Yes, it was too soon, but Shay, why are you mad at your family for saying what the entire world is saying about this man? Doesn't make sense. She uses her family as like almost like something to beat up. She takes her anger out on the rest of us, on her family, and that's not fair. I'd rather her be in the comments online calling us all a bunch of broke bitches instead of the behavior that she has now. So now she claims she wants a relationship, but is not actively looking for one, which we see is a lie at the end of the episode. But MJ claims he missed what he had with Amara. And he also apologizes for the song that he made off key. Shay, of course, don't want her brother back with Amara, which I can understand. And she also reminds him, and this is the first thing Shay said that I agree with, you're going to have to deal with Alan, your ex-best friend, who put a baby in Amara while he was married. And next thing you know, MJ's asking Shay if she can bridge the gap to help MJ get back with Amara. And for some reason, Sandra, her mama, also wants her son back with the home wrecking heifer who slept with her boyfriend's best friend. I just cannot. So I don't agree with any of it. I think MJ and Amara need to stay broken up. I think Shay owed her family an apology, not the other way around. And I'm curious to see what James thought. How did you feel?
I actually understood where Shay was coming from. I felt like, they should have, it was too soon. And just let her process it better. And then if you want to throw a barbecue and have Mama D over with her shenanigans, then fine. Definitely do so. So no, I do think her family did owe her an apology. The whole thing with Fabo, listen, the reason why he's not an active parent is because he no longer has access to you. A lot of these men operate like that. As long as they continue to have access to you, then they have access to the baby. That's kind of what I'm talking. That's kind of what I see amongst a lot of men who have multiple women with different children. They only visit those children when they know they can get in your sheets. That's just how it is. And if you women would stop allowing them to do that, they wouldn't have this mentality that they do, because they listen to their homeboys that say, "You still hitting that right? You still making sure you laying it down right?" I hear that conversation all the time, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And you women fall for it every damn time. And then got the nerve when he gets somebody else to get mad about it. When it's like, no, you don't set standards. So this is what they do. They run amok up in the palace. Shout out to Mama D. So I don't feel sorry for her. I don't. I hope she really cuts it all the way off and lives her life and just date and try to find the one for her. Um, as far as MJ and Amara go, I just feel like Sandra trying to get him up at her house. And since Amara got her own shit, that's the best option. So I honestly didn't blame her for suggesting it. Is it wrong? Yes. Is it stupid? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's stability that he probably ain't never had with nobody else. So yeah, there we go.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It's just annoying. You made a very, very good point. Like, it's the access to the woman that they want. And yes, men will sleep with you, let themselves loosen you with no type of protection, all and have a baby, all so that they can have access to you, trap you, hold you down. Trap it goes both ways. So we'll see. I hope that she actually stays broken up with Fabo. Now, Eliza is inviting her cousin Willa, the one who got her all the way together in the previous episode. She's inviting her cousin Willa over to her house to make a vision board. Vision boards are a great idea. They're usually done in group therapeutic settings. Some people do them at home on their own, but if you don't have the therapist, in my opinion, and if you're not doing the work, it's kind of pointless. You're just taking a glue gun or a glue stick and gluing a bunch of shit together that you hope to have. You have to do the work on yourself to manifest these things. And Eliza, manifesting does not mean working to open your legs and get pregnant again, because nothing she has she worked for. It's all coming from baby daddies or the strip club. Just saying. So, but I'm going to be a little easy on her for now. Her cousin apologizes for her reaction to the pregnancy when she told those people she was pregnant again. While they don't even know that she has a boyfriend, she's not married, and the last baby daddy she trapped. Yeah, people aren't going to be the happiest. It's incredibly irresponsible. You're not even there for the kid you got now. Hell, from what they say and what we saw later on, looked like the younger one is experiencing what we in psychology would call an insecure attachment to the parent, meaning the parent is not so present, so the baby is extra clingy. But we'll get to that later. They discuss. Oh, I'd like to say also, Willa, thank you for putting your hair together this episode. When we met her family members, I don't know. Don't laugh at me, James. You saw her family. I said, oh, the hell? Now, my family's different. If we can't afford to do hair like that, we'll dread up. Dreadlocks we put in our hair. We'll braid each other's hair down. Sew in something. Hell, a quick weave will suffice. I don't know what was going on with the hair in that family, but based on Eliza's BBL, none of them make good choices. That's how I feel. But they do discuss her telling her daughter about the pregnancy, and Eliza says she has a photo shoot planned for herself, her daughter Rain, as well as her daughter Shamaya, and I can't remember Shamaya's daughter's name, but as well as the new baby. She's going to use this photo shoot to tell her daughter that she is pregnant. And I am just happy to see that Willa, the cousin, as well as the other family members, they seem to really care about Shamaya. They advocate for her. They're like, how do you think she's going to feel? She felt like you weren't there for her. She felt like you didn't support her through her pregnancy, the push party thing. They're worried about Shamaya, which is good. It's a good thing that somebody cares because her mama's not reliable. But I don't know. Eliza seems to think, from what she explained, that everyone's viewing her as an absent parent because she went away from her children to work. Do you know that I sat in class with my mama and then sat on the ground in the back at Burger King while she worked her fast food shifts after she went to class. Like, no, James is raised by a single parent as well. And his mama's always worked. So it's frustrating to me when I hear moms use the fact that they had to work as an excuse to not be there for your kids. You weren't at work all the time, and you were a stripper, so you could have
I
had
was
them
gonna
babies
say,
during the
yeah, it
day.
wasn't like you was Diamond coming to get your kid after you done got done stripping and then dropping them off at your mama house every night. And it wasn't like we was looking at like that situation. You completely just ran off, lived your life, and then every now and then sprinkled your way to your child. And from what it was explained. So no, I'm not. No one's letting you off of your pity party, ma'am. No, you weren't there. They know it, they recognize it, and every time you end up pregnant, it's always some crazy ass situation. So of course they're going to have their opinions and reservations, as anybody would who goes through that same thing. So she can get out of here with all that.
Stop making excuses and just correct it. I'm sorry, I could have been there more. Kids don't really need the reason why you weren't there. They just need the
Exactly.
acknowledgement.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you said that, because a lot of parents feel like they need to give some sort of excuse for why they were not present, or excuse of why they weren't there in the moments. And it's like, no, your kid is not looking for that. They're looking at you to correct your behavior, make sure the pattern doesn't happen again, and actually commit to what you're trying to do, which is be there. That's all they need.
That's I couldn't agree more. I really could not agree more. Eliza, do better, but we just gonna roast her at the end of the episode, so we'll come back to her.
Mhm.
Marlon, aka Flo's husband, because they ain't even filed for divorce. Marlon meets with a mystery woman whose name is Vicky, who looks like Flo if she looks
I
like
felt
Flo
the
wants to
same
look.
thing. It's so funny you said that. I said, now, damn, that looked just like Flo. What the hell? That, and I know that Flo got another sister we don't know. I know about Joy and I know about Gael, but where did this sister come from? Damn, you just gonna see with her whole family.
I don't understand. And apparently, this chick used to work at their family restaurant, La Fouchette or Fouché. I don't know how
That's
to
what they were
say it.
saying in the blogs. Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, this is
They
just getting more and more
they're
trifling.
saying, like, I'm hearing allegedly that was the friend that Gael set him up with.
I wouldn't be surprised. There
That's
was
what everyone is
another friend
saying in
of
the blog.
Gael's that we saw when we first met Flo and them that also admitted to sleeping with Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he slept with the whole bus.
But you know, when we get to that scene, it was the way she was looking. It was like, you look like you had something to do with this too.
They're all kind of messy. She worked for the restaurant. Marlon cheated on Flo with this woman, then got with her again when they weren't. They're still together, but I guess after the separation, they cheated. He told this girl that his marriage is over with, which bothered me. There's nothing else in the scene really, because we'll get to that later. But why are you telling people, Marlon, that your marriage is over when it's not over? These people have not even filed for a divorce. The whole scene felt fake, and I'm tired of Flo's family, and I really could have this colorist heifer and her family off of this show.
They need to get off the show because there's not. First of all, nobody believe. Well, do I believe Marlon is cheating with this woman? Absolutely, absolutely. I don't put it past him. He's already cheated on Flo, and it
I
was
think they got
constant
an open
cheating.
marriage.
Yeah, it was constant cheating. So, but when we get to the secret she divulges later, I'll have an opinion.
Yeah, I'm just over it. These people, since they came on the show, all they talk about is infidelity. Do better. They like the Kirk and Rashida of this, just a joke, and they don't see that. But Kirk and Rashida also think they're respected, so you know. We did have to move on to Pinky Doll. I am sick of Pinky Doll. I wish the bitch would go back to Canada. I really do. I don't understand how we made someone famous, and I say we as in those who indulge in social media. How do we allow someone famous, like as adults who watch this type of show, who has zero talent? The NPCs in actual video games have more talent than Pinky Doll, and they're not real. So I cannot. But Pinky Doll wants to meet with Asia, one of the Hollywood twins. And this seems to be the more serious twin that actually understands I need to use this platform to build a name for herself. She needs to use the platform so that she can get her name out there. The other twin is Dingy. That is, it's just the way it is. It's just how she is. But Pinky Doll starts by saying to Asia, which irked me, she never meant to disrespect her or her sister by interrupting their performance. And I was glad when Asia explained back to her, like, how can you say that you never meant to interrupt something when you did? You saw those girls were actively performing and you just walked in and continued and told the DJ, interrupt this and to get that done. I'm not liking Pinky Doll so far because she has zero accountability and she kind of moved like and talked like a crackhead. I'm sorry, she do. If you come to San Francisco and walk through the Tenderloin, she looked just like the crackheads out there, wig and all, wig to shape. I'd love to see who was throwing dollars at her, but she basically, her and Asia, they do agree to squash the beef. I did feel like Asia was well spoken when talking to her. She made it clear, like, I didn't like what you did, you were wrong, but if you're going to be peaceful, then we can squash the beef, because they really don't know each other on that deep of a level to have that big of a beef, which was good. But then Asia opened up to Pinky Doll, which was not the right thing to do, because she's frustrated with her twin sister, and she says that she is thinking of going solo. You shouldn't tell Pinky that. They also discussed getting in the studio together, which was odd. Two people with zero talent. Neither can rap, neither can sing, neither can dance, neither can. Why are these people here? They're not going to be superstars.
They're there to irk your nerves, because it didn't make sense to me either. It was like, so we go from disrespect, pleasantries, and apologies that didn't seem genuine to now talking about working together.
Ciao.
Okay. All right. Fine. It's cool with me.
That's why there's so much drama in the world. Don't be fake, y'all. You don't have to argue with people you don't like. And guess what? You don't have to entertain or deal with people
You really
you don't like.
You could just say hello, goodbye, please, and thank you. That's
good
all
morning
you have to do.
And good night.
Yes, and good morning and good night. You ain't even got to do that.
It's a chick at my job who figured out I don't like her because she's like, you didn't say much. Did you need something? Can I send you an email? Do you have a question? No? I literally will look at her just like that, James.
I could just picture that. It's funny.
And she'll stand there looking dumbfounded.
I could just picture you just because you know what's funny is that every now and then I think of that time when hey Shani, thank you for being here, love, we appreciate you. That time when Crystal, we was out partying that one night and she threw that tantrum because that man didn't pay that phone bill.
You said
your
what?
reaction was like, oh no, see, this is what I'm talking about. I got to go. You didn't throw no fit. You were just so calm because I was trying my hardest not to laugh at her. But your reaction did not help.
Who? The computer cut out and I didn't hear half of what you said.
Damn. Girl, I said Crystal, that man to pay Crystal's cell phone bill that one time I was out here. And your reaction was like, oh no, like, I can't deal with her. I got to go.
Let me tell you this. I was taught if you have nothing nice to say, then say nothing at all. I'm going to put Shani's comment up. Say nothing at all. Right. Pay them no mind.
No, it was kind of like the subtle, if you ever like babysat and the kid threw a tantrum and you know that ain't your child, so you don't give a fuck. You just wait for the time for their mama to get home. That's Mrs. Best, y'all. But I'm telling y'all, when she do not fool with you, she don't fool with you. Like,
hey, at least can't nobody say I'm a bully. Hey.
No, I can't say no. I would never say that.
I'll leave you alone and keep it there. I'll probably call James and talk about you a little bit, but that's about it. Go to where it will die. But yeah, I don't understand any of that. I just can't. I can't. But okay, we'll see with these twins. We'll see. And I will forever stay that way because I'm too old to be fighting people. My knees don't work the same. So just ignore you, ice you out. So we move on to Amada La Negra, Shay, and Zoe Brinks going out. I said, what the hell? Why are they all together? Especially Zoe and Shay.
Missed something. When I saw that scene, I said, did I miss something? When did Shay and Zoe Brinks? I missed an episode, right? I did.
No, you didn't. They did make peace a little bit. However, they didn't like squash it to where they would be hanging out. So the editing was definitely, they missed a lot.
Yeah, they definitely did, because I didn't think that conversation was okay. We good, be best good girlfriends again. Let's go ahead and hang out. I didn't get that from that makeup. That's why I was like, did they have another conversation that I just missed? Because y'all know sometimes I fast forward Shay scenes, so that's why I'm like, maybe I had missed something. I was like, I need to go back and figure that out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Shani, I agree with your last comment. If I don't mess with you, I don't fuck with you. If you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. It's that simple. People make things more difficult than they have to
Ooh,
be
they
in life.
really
I'm
do, because
just
everybody's
saying.
so sensitive now.
Right. You don't have to mess with nobody you don't want to. And in that order, as Mama D would say.
Mm-hmm.
But all these heifers go out, they go line dancing, which was odd. I'm sorry. Call me fat shame or whatever. I ain't skinny myself. Zoe big ass line dancing. What the hell? Why?
I've been to that place before, but I don't remember. I don't think they were in Miami, because I feel like that place is in Fort Lauderdale.
Is
I
Fort
don't think they.
Lauderdale close to Miami?
Yeah,
I
it's like
have no
25
clue.
minutes. It's at 25 minutes away. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
it's not
Okay.
far at all. But I just, because I remember when I looked at the place, I was like, I've been there before.
You've probably been to half of these places though, because
Oh,
Miami
of course.
seems very
I've been to half
small.
these places. The only people that I have not run into from this cast is Amara, Flo, Shay, and Trina. Everybody else
Mm,
I've seen in public.
makes sense. Makes sense. The
Mm-hmm.
D-listers. Um, now they discussed Ching and Zoe because everybody's confused, and Zoe just says she's done with Twing. Oh Lord, with Ching. She does
That's
not mess
right.
with her.
That's the name.
She don't mess with Ching Diamond no more. I actually think that is smart of Zoe. She didn't talk too much shit about Twing, but Twing. I keep saying Twing, and
That's
it's
her name.
Ching.
Yeah, that's what we call her from now on.
Lord help me, Lord. Lord help me. I'm calling her just the wrong thing. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth. Help us, God. Before I left work, though, I did translate a little bit. So that could, whenever that happens, my brain is like, which language to stick with? Hot Mess Express. But she don't mess with her, and I respect that. Let's get to Shani's quick question. Are y'all going to be watching and reviewing Denise Richards?
Hell
James?
no. Hell no. I love Denise Richards from the 90s. I don't like Denise Richards now. No, I will not be reviewing and recapping that show. It does not look good. I didn't like her husband when he was on the show. Them kids look like they're gonna annoy me as hell. But yeah, a show that I am thinking of picking up. Oh shit! Just left my mind, just like that. Shit. I'll when I do my updates video, I'll put it there, because I just had the show in my mind. It just left just that quick.
The shows that me and James will be adding to our roster, at least that'll be on my channel that I can speak for. Housewives of Miami, once that comes back, as you all know. In addition to, oh God, what's happening to my brain now? Because I just talked to The Valley. It's the Vanderpump Rules spinoff. Since Vanderpump Rules has been canceled, I'm going to recap The Valley on a trial basis. I'm going to see how it does, see who views it. If I get a good amount of views, I'll keep it. If I don't, it's not worth it to me.
And I'm doing this on the strength of my long friendship with Mrs. Best, because I don't like reviewing known racist people. So I'm kind of one of those situations where it's a trial basis for me.
I believe the people on this show who are racist, it's just 3 people who got outed
just
for it.
one.
I know, but I'm just saying, like the 3 people that were there, they're all probably going to be appropriately roasted. I don't see
Okay, I got you. Even
they're
though
not
her
like
husband is fine. Hey, y'all. Hey, bitch, they winning.
Hi, this day winning. I like your picture. You changed it. Shelly changed her picture too. I see y'all. I see y'all.
Who has been fine?
Probably Denise Richards.
He's attractive.
He's all right.
He's all right.
He's all right.
Mm-hmm.
He's all right. Never watched Vanderpump Rules. It's okay. I started watching Vanderpump Rules when I was like 21. So it's one of those things where, like, you know, when you watch something younger and you liked it, and then you get older and it's not so much for you, but because you've been watching it so long, you're committed. It's that.
This was one of those. See, Vanderpump Rules would have been the best for me, and I would have started watching it if Eddie Cibrian actually came on the show when he was married to Brandy and actually found that waitress he was cheating at that worked at that restaurant.
Oh
That's when
yeah,
I was
she does.
yes. And I believe every part of him being a good lover. I believe it. I do.
He
He
got
looks
to
like
be.
he is.
He done. Oh, Harlem! Shout out to Harlem. I have a lot of people in Harlem that participate in my little music reviews and reactions. They be talented as hell too, and Brooklyn. I know that's different, but random. Um, where was I? Oh Lord, Amara is still talking about she wants another baby with her married baby daddy that she met through her ex-boyfriend. Amara, it's odd that you value having the same baby's father, but did not value having a baby father that was available. That man has been married to other women. He's got other baby mamas with kids the same age as the kids Amara has with him. He's bi-coastal. It's given Amara just wants to be able to control her kids and not have to fully involve her dude. Because Alan's family don't like her. They don't respect her. All these crazy things. So I'm kind of over Amara talking about wanting him to put it in a cup. He already told you he don't want to put it in a cup. So why are we still talking about this after we saw him say, I don't want to put it in a cup. I want to do it the natural way. Why? Why is this even being considered? Wouldn't you want him to file for divorce? I don't get it. I don't. And Shay talks about she met somebody on a dating app, even though she said that she is going to not look for love and allow it to find her naturally. So she unnaturally signed up for a dating app, which nothing's wrong with it. I met my husband on a dating app years and
Same
years
here.
ago while I was in high school still. So I have no issue with dating apps. My mama married. My mama's had a couple marriages, y'all. Something wrong from her. I had to learn from her mistakes. But she met all her little husbands on a dating app. Nothing's wrong with it. But it's just like, Shay, you just said you want love to come to you. So which one is it? I felt like this was the scene of bullshit and headaches with the exception of Zoe. How did you feel, Jay?
It was. It was like I'm listening to three fools talk about some shit that is not normal and want us to rationalize it as viewers.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I just don't understand that. Now I don't. Now the only one I don't really begrudge as much, just because I would be a hypocrite, is Shay. So I'm glad that you made a good point about that because I also met mine on an app as well. So I feel like for me, that is a bit of a hypocritical thing to say. But at the same time, I feel like a relationship or love is not what she needs. She needs to learn how to love herself. Because once she learns to love herself, she'll make better choices in men because then there'll be boundaries and also tendencies that are in her that she won't attract in other people. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, that's true. If you're broken, you're going to attract other people who are broken. You
Absolutely.
attract what you put out into the universe, and that's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And bullshit and party and bullshit and part. That's my jam. Still, I don't care. Yes, I remember the song. Lord help us. So we then move on to MJ, who comes into this club that they're at for the line dancing. And it was the strangest thing. Shay's acting like she didn't know, but we know that you had to have told them where you was going to be at. To me, the whole thing was creepy. He performs at the girls' night with a cowboy hat. What is this man hiding under these hats? Because he's always in a hat. It's kind of like y'all remember when Neo first came out with the In My Own Words album and he had on the hat, and in all his music videos and stuff, he had on the hat, and then he took it off in that When You're Mad video. And we were like, what the hell is happening up there? I feel like MJ's hiding something with his hairline and his tore up or something because I can't understand it. Welcome in, welcome in. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Thank you for being here. Welcome in. Feel free to comment your opinions. We
So you
welcome
think
them.
he got hair under that hat?
MJ?
Yeah.
Maybe on the sides.
Because I'm with it, but stay winning's comment. He bald. Ain't he bald?
MJ?
I think he's bald. Yeah.
Neo is bald, yes, but MJ is not bald. Shay's brother, because he took off
I'm gonna
that
have to look at
hat
him again.
once at the family reunion they did after COVID. He took off that hat once. it looked like his hairline's receding, but he's not quite bald yet. But I just don't understand why he's always in a hat.
I get it, MJ. I get it.
I don't know. He just needs to focus on a job so he can like get and keep a woman other than his mama, as quiet as it's kept. But he sounded better for the first time singing. He wasn't off key. He wasn't pitchy. He sounded good. Maybe he needs to stick to country music and
I was gonna say that
like
did seem like a good fit. He could be another Jimmy. What's that man's name? Jimmy. Shit, I forgot his name. The country singer, the black one. I almost said Jimmy Ruffin. I forgot his name. Shit, and he's kind of cute too. But he a hoe. But I can't think of his name.
Hendrix.
No, he a current singer today. I can't think of his name. It's Jimmy something.
Oh, I
don't know. He just was in the blogs like a couple of years ago because he had cheated on his wife and got a whole nother woman pregnant. I can't think of his name though. But he does.
Unfortunately, there's so many of those that it's hard to keep up. Stop getting other people pregnant when you cheat. And stop getting pregnant when you cheat.
Well, here's the thing. Why don't we stop cheating? Is the problem. If you don't want to be with somebody, just leave.
That's the truth. That's a lot better than causing them lifelong trauma.
Okay, for real. Don't nobody got time to be playing with all that, and then you mess with people's feelings and heart and shit. If you want to leave, just say you want out. To me, I just say you want out before you make all this effort to entertain somebody else, sleep with them, get them pregnant, and then you come home to me and act like ain't nothing wrong.
It's just extra. It's just extra. I remember writing a paper in college about like the effects and impacts of things. And they say that cheating for some people does feel similar. Divorce and infidelity feel similar to grief. I was like, oh, hell, the way that people's brains are impacted. So I'm not surprised. Shani said, I don't think he took that hat off until he was in Stomp the Yard. I think that's the first time we saw Neo's head. It was the When You're Mad music video. Right before, I'm a huge Neo fan. It's kind of a his music, not his shenanigans. I feel like I have to decipher.
You got to give the disclaimer these days. No,
we'll
do.
Him and his 12 girlfriends or however many he got.
For real.
Hey, they're in harmony. Or do that, like what he's done. He couldn't stop cheating, so he said, let me just have a bunch of bitches. Do something. But when he took that hat off, because I don't feel like Neo looks good bald. But he may not be able to grow hair. So I'm not going to hold it to him, just as long as he keep making hits. So after he performs, MJ's like actively trying to get Amada back. And Amada's main issue when they broke up, even though she broke up with him because she let other people, outsiders, get to her ear, which you should never do or you'll never be happy. But part of why she broke up with him did make sense. He was living with her, off of her. He wasn't a provider. And most women want a provider. I work full time as well, but my man, as quiet as his kept, he paid the rent. So, and I work full time. I just contribute. Honestly, I buy groceries. Shout out to Oh So Best. He's probably like, don't out me.
For stepping up. That's a real brother right there. And yes, I also got one who, if I'm ever down and out,
he gonna take care of you
right now. He'll take care of you. Trust me. He'll go out and get another job.
That's how it should be, though.
It ain't no question about it. Hell, he working 2 jobs now just because we trying to plan our wedding. So he's like, let me get this going. So yeah.
That's how it should be, though. That's how it should be. I definitely agree with that. But MJ, it's not always about you having to put up the money. She just wants to see you do something because it is attractive if someone is driven.
Yeah, it is. Like, and just surprise her every now and then. Pay an electricity bill, just surprise her. You can go in her office, take one of the bills, scan it at the grocery store, and just pay it. I've seen it done in Miami all the time. So you can just go and pay it, and then when she get it, she's like, "Oh, it's been paid." And you go, "Yeah, I just want to do something nice." That takes a lot of stress off people when you can do something like that, especially in hot ass Miami, where the electricity bills be $500-$600. So yes, definitely you can do something. Get some groceries. Cook. Do something.
Hot mess, dude. Because I don't understand Amada. We're gonna get into that probably more next week. But they showed a little preview. But he's not gonna have a shot with her until he demonstrates drive. Because you can talk and talk and talk and talk, but what are you doing, MJ? Because singing a song, that ain't nothing. Anybody can sing a song. Anybody can sing a song. I'm just saying. Now, him and Amara do talk outside, and he asked if he could come get the items he left. I said, Negro, it's been years. Now you want your stuff back?
When I
Why
tell
don't you just
you,
say you want to talk and get back to a friendship, or ask to have the opportunity to get to know each other all over from the beginning? Not you asking for your old shit back that she probably bought. MJ.
I'd be like, yeah, I don't have it no more. That's what I would said. I don't have it no more. Probably do have it, but I don't have it no more. Sorry. I don't know where it went. It
She
went
said, now
somewhere.
sing the song, anime. Right. Help us, God. Do you have anything to add to Amara and MJ's weird ass
Hell
scene?
no, don't. Go ahead, move on.
Some of these people, you using the same storylines over and over and over. You can only recycle things so many times before you
How many
finally have to make
times
it trash.
before it gets annoying? Like, y'all, make up your minds. What are we doing?
Hot mess express, y'all. So we're gonna go to a little bit of a deeper topic, and we are gonna have to comment on parenthood. So if you're sensitive, get the hell out, respectfully, as they say. Eliza Reign is having a photo shoot for her daughters and granddaughter. I just realized she named her baby after a professional, what could be a stripper name, because her daughter's name is Rain, but that's a whole nother thing. But Eliza, she notices at the photo shoot that her daughter Rain, that she has a future, is jealous of her granddaughter because she's holding and kissing the baby and all these crazy things. And she said, how I got mad at the comments, I don't even watch the show. Shit, he said, you'd be surprised, darling. You'd be surprised.
Right?
I know my day ones and stuff is good, but some are a little sensitive, and you know, I wish them well in that. But Eliza's daughter is jealous of her. What is that? Her aunt? Or no? What is
It'd be her niece.
her niece? That is
It'd be
crazy.
her niece. Yeah, it'd be her niece, which I'm trying to because I just realized this fool is going to have another damn baby
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be younger than her grandchild.
Mm-hmm. She's not thinking. In her mind, she's like, they can play together. They can, but that's hard to explain, especially with her reputation. Once the kids get older and start reading on their mama, they're going to be like, oh.
What was you doing? This is going to be the first question is what was you doing?
It's a hot mess. It's
Right.
a hot mess. She does tell Shemaya she's pregnant, and Shemaya seems to have no issue with it. Shemaya had an issue with it. If she was truly happy her mother was pregnant, there would be no pause, no moment to take hesitation. There wouldn't be any of that. She would be happy for her mama. I'm the oldest of 4 kids, and I remember when my mom got pregnant with my little brother, who was 10 years younger than me. I was happy as shit when she told me. I was happy as hell. Where's your belly? When's it coming? All those things. I know every kid is different. Every parent-child relationship is different, but I think Shemaya, being a mom herself, is like, it's not worth the fight. She also tends and has expressed on this show that she won't say certain things and doesn't waste her time talking to her mom about certain things because she's like, I know my mama's going to respond this way, so what's the point? So it seems like her daughter is just kind of going along with it for the cameras. But I was kind of concerned and looking at Eliza like, you are a pathetic excuse of a woman. Anybody can have a baby. Anybody can find the right man to have a baby with and all of these things. But why is your daughter having to ask where and who the baby daddy is? Don't you think if you have kids already and you're dating someone and a serious enough note that you end up pregnant, that maybe you should introduce your kids to the father of the child prior to you getting pregnant or something like that? I don't have kids. I don't know how it works. I know I have friends with kids who sometimes are like, my kids will know once I'm engaged. I have friends who are like, they don't need to know shit till I'm married. And I have some who want to have their kids meet every man that they date. And there's a lot of men that they date. So everyone's different. I get that. But this is trifling. I don't care. Y'all can cancel me. Y'all can fire me. Why, Eliza? Why? James, do you know why?
No, I don't know why. To me, this was the most ignorant, like almost asinine thing I've ever seen on national TV. And I've seen a lot of crazy shit on TV, but this takes the cake because it's like, to me, was this another strategized plan like the last baby allegedly? Because
You
that's
can't
what this is
trust her.
giving. That's what this is giving. It's giving you are calculating this, trying to get an attention from some man who probably don't want to be bothered with you. But because you won't reveal him, you won't say his name, you ain't got no ring on your finger. And based on what happened with Future, it's like, yeah, man, I don't trust you.
And she's still trying to paint that like it was something they were not in a relationship. She's trying to tell us that they were, but
First
they
of all,
were
if it
not.
was anybody else, let me be clear, because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. If it were anybody else, I wouldn't question her. But the fact that it was Future, of all people, yes, I believe you did exactly what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because this man can't even. Let me stop. I was going to go in a whole rabbit hole. Let me stop. But yeah, I don't believe they were ever together. I don't believe in anything.
I don't either.
I don't believe,
because he doesn't claim the other baby mamas. He
right.
may be an asshole, but he claimed Joy.
One too.
He claimed Joy. He claimed Sierra. He claimed some other little random chick. What was that girl who was I think Jess Dior? Something.
Yes, I was gonna say, yeah, that's her name.
He claimed her. The only one he refused to claim is Eliza. You could he's a dog, yes. He don't know how to wrap it up, yes. But if you really his girl, he'll claim you, it seems. So we're never gonna feel sorry for you with that situation, Eliza. We're just not. There's a lot of women out here who were claimed, got pregnant by men they were living with, trusted, and things of that nature. Or women who were married, get a divorce, and now suddenly their child's father is not as present. Like there's women actually going through shit that's real. This is too much. It makes it harder for women who are actually going through this in real life, who actually did not trap men, to get respect. Like women like Eliza make it hard, in my opinion, for what people would call baby mamas to get respect. Yeah, they may, a lot of times they do make stupid ass choices if you're having babies by men that, in my opinion, you're not fully committed to, or that aren't committed to you. However, that doesn't negate the type of parents or the person that they are, the people that they are. Eliza gives those women a horrible name that she just does. And I'm sick of it. She don't interact with the cast either. So I'm like, I don't really want to watch you be here and do crazy stuff with your kids, but we'll see. Moving on, Gael has a grand opening to a new restaurant. It sounds like a restaurant she's had before. It's called Gayu. These people are not intelligent at all. They took her name and added you. I don't know if she's trying to serve food that's similar to the Bayou, but her new restaurant's called Gayu. And I'm wondering also, is this the restaurant that burned down because
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is something she already had, and like she just maybe changed the vision of it since the last first, because I don't think she's serving straight Haitian food anymore. I think it's a bigger taste of the Caribbean. So she probably got some of everything in there.
Let me tell you this. I would eat her food.
I wouldn't either. And I've had Haitian food. It's really good. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't have touched the last. And I show like their rice and everything is good. Like I loved Haitian food when I was out there, especially because when I worked at the post office out there. Like there was always somebody getting some Haitian food, and they would always make me a plate. Always. There was never a time that someone
they just opened a Haitian restaurant in Oakland. We've been having a lot of people from the Caribbean as a whole move here, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all food is good.
It is like, oh, y'all don't know. When I tell you, and they fried chicken is way better.
Special. Special. I'm trying to tell you, but you're probably right. It does look like the restaurant we've saw before. However, Gael claims she's still changing her life, and so she invited everybody to this grand opening of her restaurant. When we say everybody, we mean she invited every person that is affiliated with the cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami, regardless if she has met them or not. She invited Angela, aka Black China. She invited Derek Milano, her fiance, who she refers to as the husband. She invited Shay, Fabo, Zoe, Ching. I mean, this chick invited everybody. But I'm like, Gael, you do realize that none of these people want you at their events. They've had to put you out of their events or choose, they just don't like you.
And first off, and let's also add, you ain't got you but a little 15-second spot. Ain't nobody, and you had hella people in there. Ain't nobody finna be cramped up in there with you. And then I was nervous if China was going to come because hell, I was nervous about Derek Hill. You might have snuck off and tried to, you know how you get down, Gael. So come on.
Ain't nobody gonna show up, especially with a man.
Yeah,
To an event thrown by a bitch that'll fuck on her own sister's husband.
Yes.
You lost
So
all
that's why I was nervous. I was
credibility
like,
permanently.
girl, when I was watching this scene and she said she invited Angela, I said, well, I hope China don't come with that man because I'm telling you, Gael finna run right out the back and meet him at the mailbox. I promise you she is.
Shanny said maybe she wanted to make sure everybody was going to be tweeting about her spot. Shanny. For her to expect people to help her positively promote her business in any way on Twitter, social media as a whole, to even think that people will want to step foot in there and allow their energy to be compromised the way that she has acted at past events. She's crazy. I'm not ever going to show up to an event with someone or for someone who will dog their own family. If you dog your own family, what you going to do to me?
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, nah, I'm good. I was so glad nobody showed up because
she probably is right. She probably did want people to show up and tweet about it and probably thought, oh, I'm on the show. They'll show up. Gael, you're not even a main cast member. There's no requirement for anyone to film with you.
Flo's event versus yours. And I'm shocked Flo showed up. Like, I really was. I was surprised she showed up. When I saw her pull up in her car, I was like, oh, Flo is supporting her sister.
Well, you know, it was funny. Flo was not invited, according to Gael. She's like, I did not invite you, because she claimed she didn't want to invite her sister because she says that her sister is not right with God.
Mama, you invited Flo? Mama said, yeah, I invited Flo. And I said, oh.
Why does their mom have so much power?
That mama is messy.
She has so much power. Their mom is like the best pimp that ever did it, because she is literally pimping out her daughters.
She can give Kris Jenner a run for her money. She really can.
Hot Mess Express. So Flo comes in with the man that she's been dating, Yanni, who's supposed to be this popular Haitian artist. And Gael is surprised that Flo is there. Ask why Flo showed up. And Flo responds, I'm supporting your stupid ass business. And I'm not gonna lie. I was on a client escort. I probably shouldn't have been doing that. I was sitting, the dentist must have looked at me while working on my client's teeth. I hollered. She said, your stupid ass business. You know your sister food good.
I feel like it is. Like, I'm not gonna cap y'all. I feel like Gael can cook her ass off. Like, it's something about her look and her aesthetic that food is not nasty. I'm just not finna put my mouth. I'm just not finna eat it because I don't know what shit she got up in it. But like when I tell y'all, I feel like Gael one of them crazy ass women that know they can cook. It's always some old crazy ass lady that you know her food is good.
I'm laughing at Shanny's comment. Pimpin'. That's the mama. I'm trying to tell you, because why else would you be okay with your daughter sleeping with your other daughter's husband? And it's still loving on the husband.
Yeah, get to that part. Because I looked at that mama right when that shit happened. Get to that part.
Weird as hell. Absolutely weird. But Gael, I'm cracking up because Flo also says Gael has not and will not ever change, which I can definitely agree with.
Yep.
So Gael is surprised. She was surprised after she moves on from Flo. She's like, I'm surprised no one showed up. Bitch, they don't like you.
She said, I invited Trina. She no show. I invited Angela and her husband. I'm like, Gael.
Nobody likes you, baby.
Nobody is fooling with you.
I gotta say it like my nana.
First of all, China is barely on this cast, even though she got a main credit. They barely film. She ain't coming up in there with you. And Trina shows that Trina with her old bad attitude having ass is definitely not coming up in there.
No. Trina don't even like herself or her husband for real. So she's not gonna waste her time.
Girl, come on.
I can't. I just cannot with Gael. But that was funny as hell to me. You really are surprised. Let's see. You threatened to fight Trina. You said that Trina made a fool of your sister with the performance seasons ago. You talked about Trina's cousin Joy. Though that shit was funny because Joy deserved all of it. But you talked about Trina's cousin's Joy. You slept with your sister's husband. You have literally offended each person on this cast. You went and fucked around with Fabo, Shay's baby daddy. You invited her. And Alan. So you thought Amara was going to show up. Gael is the true definition of delusional, and I think that she should donate her body to science so that people in psychology can study her brain.
Or at least take just do a surgery, just snip a little bit and just test. I would love to. Oh my gosh,
put it under a microscope.
I have the lab ready and everything. Like, I will definitely pay for that surgery to just snip a little piece of it just to see like what happened.
She's a hoe. You know she's a hoe. Right. Lord help us. So the foolery doesn't end there. After she's surprised, Marlon comes in with Vicky, which is interesting. Flo's mama got a problem when Flo comes in with a new boy, but when Marlon comes into a family event with a whole nother bitch, Flo's mom has nothing to say.
Right. One that he already cheated on her with. That mama was sitting up there just mute, just looking. I said, so mama, you're not going to say nothing. You're not going to escort her out the same way you did Yanni. You're not going to escort her out. That's
I don't play with my respect. I would never allow my family. If I would honestly not deal with my mama if she was like this. However, if I still chose to deal with her, because some people will deal with abuse thinking, oh, it's all in the name of family. I would never let them know when I'm in a relationship. They wouldn't know if I'm pregnant. They wouldn't know nothing about my man. They wouldn't know a man breathed near me. They wouldn't need to know.
I'm just saying, because I was like, wow, she really just sitting there when it was Flo. That's what I said. She secretly don't like Flo. That's what it is. She loved her daughter. Don't get me wrong, but she don't like Flo. Because
when she looks at Flo, she doesn't see a pug that she can still stay.
Yeah, like she couldn't, because the other sister looked just like Gael. So that's why I was like, yeah, it's because Flo's the prettier one.
I think so. And a lot of parents do this, but people don't be wanting to talk about it. And people, especially in communities of color as a whole, not just the Haitian community, there's a lot of what I like to call pretty privilege.
Yeah.
And then sometimes that pretty privilege is reversed within the family. If you look pretty as Flo does and the rest of the family looks like a herd of pugs that needs to be rehomed. It's just the way it goes. So I think you're definitely right about that.
No, because to me, there's no way I'm sitting there. My husband comes into the establishment that is your daughter's actual event with somebody he has cheated on me with. There's no way you're okay with that. She just sat there. And I just knew she was going to get up and tell that girl, you got to go. You got to go. Get up out of here. You got to go. But she just sat there. And I was like, ain't that about a bitch? Oh.
I think this is where you have to inflict boundaries. Like, that's not okay. The kids have to grow up around this. It's just a mess, y'all. I'm with Shani. You wouldn't even know if I said good morning to the doorman. Nope.
I'm telling you, when I tell you I would cut ties with everybody, Gael, the other sister seemed like she cool. Because she was saying Gael was on some bullshit. The other sister seemed like she cool. But that mama and Gael, I would cut ties. I would. They would have to. Nope, can't do it. Because that shit was so disrespectful that Marlon pulled. I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't play by my boundaries. My family will tell you too. Some of them watch this channel because it's the only way to access me. I'm trying to tell you, you impose and bother my boundaries, especially if it come to my man. We don't got to talk. We don't got to argue nothing. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Ramadan.
Ooh, wait.
Lord, happy Ramadan, by the way, to any of our Islamic followers. Amina is an Islamic name, mother of the prophet. That is my government, for those who don't know. So happy Ramadan. No, I'm not Muslim no more. I be hungry. I ain't got time to fast for a month. All praise to Allah. Moving on. It's the truth.
Stupid.
I'm serious as a heart attack. Because they was asking me at work. I have a colleague who just converted to Islam. And she was like, will you pray with me in the office? Girl, I'll pray. But I'm going to be praying to Jesus. And then I'm going to go eat me some chicken after. And I'm going to wish you the best and give you some water.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in that order. She was so surprised. But your name is Amina. Don't care what my name is. Hell. But happy Ramadan to those who do celebrate. I respect your fast and your self-discipline so hard. So I respect that. But Flo then goes crazy. As soon as Marlon comes in with this Vicky chick, she goes crazy and she tells her, Marlon's my bitch. I said,
It was Yanni's face for me after she said that.
right.
It was Yanni's face for me. That said all I needed to hear. She didn't let him in on the game, which makes me feel like, oh, okay, so Flo, you did this to make Marlon jealous because you knew Alan
Because
wasn't going to do it.
nobody would date her if they know, like, people. So there's some people who are reckless, but then a lot of people, nobody want to deal with this drama. The amount of baggage and drama that comes with Flo, if she were to tell people about that, and that's why I be saying, don't date people married or do your investigations when you date people,
For
because
real.
she's the perfect example. She don't want to tell you what's going on and just thought she could inch him in, and she keeps making a fool of herself with these men.
She made a big fool today because as soon as she told Vicky, that's my husband, I can kick your ass out and he'll still be here. I said, oh, Flo, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. You
Vicky's response to, you got a sugar daddy who bought that house. I believe her. Because you know Marlon as a mechanic, he's a hard worker. Yes, I'll give him that. But he can't afford the house that Flo got, especially in Miami with how that housing market is.
Yes.
Absolutely
you
not.
See how big that fucking house is? Flo got, and trust me, it's easy to believe because they're all over Miami. Mm-hmm. Everybody in Miami had a sugar. When I was living there, you saw them in the club. They was old as hell. They was trying to dance and keep up with them. And them girls was young and vibrant. Yes. Flo, I can 100% believe that. Flo got a new Range Rover. She got a big ass house. That shit costs. So in Miami, no, yes, I 100%. And I feel like Marlon was 100% okay with it.
Yeah. That's why he seemed to leave whenever, because if he really paid for that house and was really contributing, cheating or not, he not just gonna leave. So
no, exactly.
Flo ain't slick, but I do believe everything Vicky said about Flo. I also feel like
she got it from Marlon. I believe Marlon told her that during pillow talk, and he said, "Bring it up to her." 100%.
It's given open relationship or fabricated storyline or both.
No, it's given. We can't afford Miami the way you want to live. So you need to do something about it. And that's what Flo chooses to do about it. I 100% believe this storyline. That is something, because first off, living there, I know that shit happens. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I believe it. Absolutely. And then also, Flo, where's Flo's music?
Flo's been posting music to her social media, but ever since she made the comment, the colorist comment that I'm not going to repeat again on this channel, some people, her stans, it looks like the fans from Haiti or people in the Haitian community, sticking beside her.
Oh, of course they are.
Anybody in any other community, not really messing with her too much. And one small community is not enough to have the success that she is looking for musically. Flo also gives me the type of artist who she lacks talent, in my opinion. You can tell that the producers and the writers
never made it outside of Miami. I'm just gonna put it that way. Flo does not tour anywhere outside of Miami. She looks very regular venues out there, and that's about it. And the business, that her main income is this show.
Her music's never been played in a club or a lounge or a bar out here in California.
Yeah, but I've never heard it. Even in Miami, I've never heard her music.
Hey, and you can be an independent artist and still, be well known outside of your area. La Russell, he's from Vallejo. He's known all over the country. He's fully independent, performs, his music plays on radios, things like that. I don't know what Flo's doing with the music, but I think this storyline makes a joke of her career. However, to the funny stuff, after the Vicky situation, Flo throws a drink at her or whatever, and then Marlon took Vicky out, left with her, all of that. But I was cracking up because Gael's trying to talk to her, and Flo threw a cake. She mushed cake in Gael's face, which is something that, yes, a sibling would do. But I cracked up when Gael literally melted like the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of Oz, and then started crying. And the way her mama ran to her instead of running to Flo when her man just walked in with somebody else, I said, "Oh yeah, there's definitely favoritism." But
there's definitely favoritism. It was like even Yanni wanted to help Gael up, but he couldn't do it. But it was just.
Why did she melt like that?
Y'all don't understand how good that felt for me to watch her Flo slap that cake in that girl face like that, because y'all have to understand this lady has caused heartache, havoc, and everything else in Flo's life. And not only that, but she has to bring her along as the pick me, hand me down sister on TV too. So imagine all of that. Just picture all of that. Your sister sleeping with your husband, then sleeping with the lady you having a storyline with on the show. Then you got to bring your sister on the show, probably listen to that mama. So you have to bring Gael on the show too. So yeah, you have to do all of that. So yes, that cake slap to Gael's face was definitely, I felt like I wanted more. I feel like I wanted.
She should have been done that to Gael.
She should have, and that's what I'm saying. That almost made me like Flo a little bit. I don't like her, but that made me like her a little bit because at least she said the hell with everybody.
That tells me another thing too. Gael is not a fighter. She may talk a big game, talk a lot of shit, and do fucked up things, but she's not a fighter. Because if my sister swished me in the face with some cake, which has actually happened before, we fighting. And my dad going to pull us apart.
That wig would have been, I'd have grabbed onto some, because she had so many people in front of her. Some would have got grabbed.
We would have been squabbling in sisterly love, okay? And we would have called Iyanla after. But I wish the hell, Naima, because I know you subscribe to this channel. That is my little sister. You don't throw cake in my face, I won't throw cake in your face. I don't even understand, like,
what you calling out your sister?
Because I just want her to know and understand. I was born first. And so if you ever fix yourself to squish me in the face with some cake, I'm coming to San Francisco and I'm going to find you. And Will can't stop me. But no, my sister and me would never.
I can't with you. I'm done.
If you gonna tell me if your sibling did smush something in your face, one of the male siblings,
it wouldn't happen like that. No, it wouldn't. No, that wouldn't happen.
No way.
It just wouldn't happen. But I'm just saying, I'm not fit to pre-warn them before the idea even comes across to the head.
So I can say, just in case when she 50 and she act up, I could go to my dad and pull up this YouTube video as evidence and say, I warned her ass. These damn. No, I love my sister. She's cool. Luckily, and that's the thing that watching this makes you appreciate. I don't have to worry.
I'm sorry, I had to get that out. That tickled the hell out of me. Girl, you is a fool.
Let me tell you this. I am so appreciative. I don't have a relationship like Gael and them. I can trust my sister alone with my husband, my friends, and vice versa. Because at the end of the day, no matter how mad we are at each other, or if something was to go down, we really don't have much dysfunction. Honestly, that's my favorite person to party with. But you shouldn't have to worry about the closest people to you, family or friends, and what they'll do with your partner when you're alone. And vice versa with the partner. You just shouldn't have to do that. But Gael melted like the Wicked Witch of the West and started crying. I was like, you're not going to swing? You're not going to hit back, try to trip her, grab an ankle? Nothing.
Something had to happen. Let me tell you something. I had to do something. She wouldn't have got away that quick.
As much shit as she talked. And that's what you do, is cry and melt. But hey, maybe she really is changing. Maybe that was Jesus bleeding his tears through her or something. I don't know. But Yanni gets upset, as he should, because he's like, I'm supposed to be your new man. This is too much. He said, I thought you was divorced. What is going on? So Flo done scared off another man. First Marlon, then Alan, now Yanni, and probably whoever else in the background.
To me, and that's what I said, Flo, you fell for the okie doke. You fell for it. This is how I know you ain't over Marlon. You fell for it the moment he brought that girl in. I'd have said, hey, y'all, fix y'all play, and I'll see y'all later. And I would have left. But the fact that you got that pissed and that mad, and I know y'all gonna say, well, James, it's the disrespect. Let me tell y'all something. Flo been dealing with disrespect. Walk in. Flo been dealing with disrespect from the moment she probably walked on this earth. I don't want to hear she gonna always be disrespected, because if she's not disrespected by Marlon, she disrespected by that mama. If it's not by that mama, it's by Gael. She constantly deal with disrespect.
She also demonstrated
mad about it.
She demonstrated so much more anger.
Yes.
With Marlon walking in with a woman compared to him admitting to sleeping with her sister.
Exactly.
And that to me is just like, bitch, that don't make no sense. How you mad at the new chick versus the fact that he slept with your blood sister. So Flo, I want you to figure it out, Flo. This has not been a good season for Flo.
It is
Just
not.
be who
No,
you
she is
are.
losing.
Live in your truth, Flo, whatever that truth is. You and the family live in your truth, and we'll leave it there. Shay goes on a date with a man named Mike. We're going to call him Mike Nasty, Big Mike. And he seems to be a nice man. He's been married before to the mother of his child, which is not a red flag. I always say it's a red flag if you've never been married and you got kids. That would worry me a little bit. But he was married to the mother of his child decades ago. And Shay is just skipping steps. She's like, "What's your credit score?" He said 811. I said, "Well, Big Mike, hello." Like, yeah. Okay, that's important. And normally I would be against asking stuff like this, but I think when you are in a situation like Shay, where you have success financially, it's very important to screen who you're with to make sure they're not bums giving you the Teslas that belong to other people. It's important.
Yes.
But she asked his credit score, asked if he's been to jail, which he says he has for drugs and things. I don't think we should judge people for that, especially when they change themselves. She then mentions wanting to have another baby through surrogacy, and the date went well, but Shay is terrible at dating, and this explained a lot of the problems. I don't think the first date is the time to ask that. I feel like people make the mistake of either skipping too many steps and just going straight to sex, or they make the mistake of letting their trauma lead a little bit too much, which I think Shay did. Why don't you just vibe and see if y'all get along and can have like a basic conversation that doesn't feel like 21 questions?
Agreed.
You know, it should, if you like, I get when you don't know each other, it's awkward, but that whole date was weird. But I did like the guy, and I hope it works out for her.
He was cool, but I feel like for some reason that's not what she's attracted to.
Of course not.
He don't come with the baggage that's toxic. And
like James said, you guys, I think with Shay, she really is going to have to work on herself before she can attract the man that she wants, needs, and that works for her.
Agreed.
And this guy was nice, but she seemed like she would ruin him, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. The last scene we see is Trick having a sports event, and this is where Pinky Doll comes up and apologizes to him. And, you know, Trick Daddy, though he looks like a Mucinex monster, he really does. If y'all watch that commercial, he really does. Yes, he really looks like the Mucinex monster in that commercial, like shape and all, down to speak of voice. But he was really cool with Pinky Doll. She did some bullshit, and he was so quick to, "Don't worry about it, baby. That was Uncle Trick, Daddy Trick." You know, he was cool. He was cool with her and forgiving. But this is where we learn that Deja, the other twin, because they're Asia and Deja. Asia's the responsible one. Deja's the dingbat. And apparently, Deja claims that Trick's son, Jaden, has been distant. He don't want you, boo. You was some quick pussy that was literally down the hall. I don't get why girls don't see that, like, or try to act like they don't see that. You was right down the hall. Right down the hall. Of course that boy gonna make a move, and he fresh out of college. Of course. But Jaden does confirm he's done with Deja. He doesn't want to do too much. He wants to focus on his career. And I'm looking at this girl like she's young, so I'm not going to like say, "Oh, she's just terrible with dating." I think she's at that age where she may be still learning, but she getting to the age where also she should know better and not fall so deep. So I don't know. Oh, she's going to go watch Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's what I will be doing right after this. Good night, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Shani. Thanks for being here.
But I'm looking like this is a hot mess. These two obviously are not working, so they're done. Now, Pinky Doll comes in with Asia, and she wants to apologize. Well, Pinky Doll comes in with Asia, and Deja is expecting an apology, does not get one. Deja comes in with negative energy, which I can understand because the girl interrupted their performance. And she was like, "Listen, I'm the mean twin, and I'm not willing to squash nothing without an apology." I agree. I felt like the energy was nice, but maybe her twin sister should have warned her, like, the girl apologized. So you know, you want another apology, which I can understand, but Pinky Doll was rude as fuck. I do not like the way this Pinky Doll moves. She looks like a malnourished cartoon character. She literally does. I can't stand her. Pinky Doll apologizes, it seems, only if the person that she is wronged appropriately responds to her. You can't expect for people that you have done wrong to be receptive and kind and so forgiving before they get the apology. You should lead with the apology. And then if the girl act like an asshole, be mad. But lead with the apology. I didn't feel Pinky Doll apologized appropriately to Deja. But then I'm also looking at Deja like, why do you even care? You just said you focused on this boy. Why do you even care? So I don't want to see any of these people on the show.
Yeah, I agree. And though Deja's energy was stank about it, I really feel like Pinky Doll could have offered the same grace she offered to Asia when they met up, because it was different energy when she apologized
That's how
to
you
Asia.
know it was. I feel like the energy was based on Asia coming to her more calmly and being, I think, more well-spoken than Deja. Deja came
I
at you.
agree with that. No,
like most people would. Like, bitch, are you going to say sorry? You had us fucked up. But my thing is, Pinky, if you do something wrong and you're truly sorry, the person's energy is not going to matter. Well, I said sorry and walk away. Leave it there. But Pinky, I just don't like her. I'm sorry.
I don't like her either. Yeah, she was the wrong casting choice. And I feel like they're going to keep her because she annoys the hell out of the viewers. You know, MTV likes doing that. So, yeah, they're definitely going to keep her.
Something's wrong with Pinky. I would like to see her, like, I don't even know what I would like to see from her, because she plays as a fake ass NPC character. So it's like, what are we gonna, what can she give? Say yes, James. Yes. Like the video. Yes. Like, what the fuck is that?
No, she can have that. Sorry.
People like her are why I do not have a TikTok. I'll leave it there. People like her. If that's the shit I see on TikTok, y'all can keep it. I don't want it. But we will see more of what happens next week on this show. Hot mess. James always tells me, good luck with Love and Hip Hop. And then I watch it and I'm like, oh my God. But we are going to go from this live. We do appreciate everybody who's here. Our next lives will be tomorrow as well as Thursday. Tomorrow will be on my channel for Housewives of Beverly Hills as well as Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Thursday, James has an updates video on his channel.
Yes, so we got to go over the reunion looks of Married to Medicine. We got to go over a couple updates on Bravo. So you guys make sure you don't miss it.
Yes, it will be a good time. We'll also be covering The Valley and some other shows as things come on television. But we appreciate you guys. Link to James's channels in the description. And we will see you guys next week. Adios.
Bye-bye.